The first sign is not fire, it is a sound. You hear shouting that is not normal city noise. Not drunk people, not a game. It is a steady roar that grows and moves. Then come the sirens. Then someone runs past your window without shoes. You check your phone, 10 different videos. No clear story. Protest, riot, police, looting. Nobody agrees on what it is. Everyone agrees you should get out of there or come join. You look out and your street is now a hallway between two angry rooms. One direction is a moving wall of people. The other direction is armored cars and flashing lights. You do not get to vote on whether a riot starts near you. You only get to decide if you turn into background, a target, or a survivor who is not on any of those videos later. This is how to survive a sudden city riot when the trouble finds your street before you have a plan. Every city has two maps. The call map in your head is simple. Streets, cafes, your route to work, the place you cut through the park, where you grab food on the way home. The riot map is different. Same streets, new rules. On a calm day, the long straight road is easy. In a riot, it is a shooting lane for rubber bullets, gas, and thrown bottles. On a calm day, the plaza is nice. In a riot, it is a bowl that traps people with nowhere to go. Your first survival step is to switch maps in your head fast. You stop thinking, is this my usual way home? You start thinking, if the crowd doubles in size right now, where does that pressure go? You look at three things: where crowds can grow, where vehicles can rush, where you can step out of the flow. Wide streets, big squares, and long straight avenues are where crowds and police lines like to face each other. That is where noise, gas, and projectiles focus. Narrow side streets, alleys, and building lobbies are where you can step out of the spray. They can also become traps if they dead end. Raised spots like bridges and overpasses give you a view, but also remove your exits. Underpasses and tunnels compress sound and gas. You are not trying to memorize every block. You are sorting places into three colors. Red, open ground where lines will clash. Yellow, routes you can use but need to watch. Green, quiet side spaces that let you pause or change direction. Once you do that in your head, your city stops being my neighborhood and starts being a board you can move on with less guesswork. Next, you judge where you stand on that board right now. In the middle of a red zone, on the edge, or still in a place you can leave early while most people are still filming. In a riot, standing still in the wrong place is worse than walking slowly in the right one. First rule, leave early or commit to cover. If you hear the roar getting closer and you are still in a red zone on your map, you do not stay to see what happens. You pick a yellow route toward a green space and you move now. Crowds grow faster than your feet. Waiting 5 extra minutes can flip a clear street into a packed wall that does not care you have somewhere to be. If you cannot leave yet, you do not hang around on the sidewalk filming. You get into a building lobby, a side street with 2 exits, or at least behind solid cover like corners and pillars. You are either going home or you are off the main line. No proud middle ground. Second rule, sideways beats forward. The instinct is to move through the crowd. In a riot, you move out of it instead. If people are flowing toward the center of trouble, your best direction is often sideways toward an edge, then away. You slip toward the outer rim of the group, not deeper into the thickest part. Picture the crowd like a river. You cross it at an angle to get to the bank. You do not try to walk upstream in the middle. Third rule, do not stand between two forces. The worst spot is the thin space between a police line and a crowd that is already angry. That is where gas, projectiles, and charges travel. If you are there by accident, you move fast to either side, not back and forth. Big objects give clues. Police vans, barriers, and armored vehicles usually face the direction they expect trouble. If you are in that lane, you are in their plan. Fourth rule, phone down, eyes up. Filming feels smart. Evidence, stories, social proof. The phone also blocks your wide view and marks you as someone who is not watching their feet. You can record a few seconds from cover if you want. You do not walk while staring at the screen. Trip hazards, sudden surges, and people running blindly behind you do not care you are documenting history. In a moving crowd, every second you look at the phone is one less second you have to see a push or a swing coming. Fifth rule, dress for friction, not fashion. If you had warning, you are not in sandals. If you did not, you still make small changes. You tuck long hair away. You zip jackets. You hide shiny chains. You keep bags close to the body, straps crossed if you can. You do not carry more than you can move with at a jog for 30 seconds. Nothing on you should be easy to grab. Nothing you carry should slow you down more than it protects or feeds you. Next, we talk about what happens if you get stuck inside the crowd for a while, how to breathe, where to look, and what to do if the flow turns into a crush. Sometimes you do everything right and still end up inside the crowd. At that point, your goal is simple. Stay on your feet, keep breathing, and move with the flow until you can slide out. First rule, become narrow. Turn your body slightly sideways so you're not a wide target. One shoulder forward, one back. This gives you more space in tight gaps and makes it harder for someone to shove you straight in the chest. Keep your arms in front of you, bent at the elbows like a small frame. Hands near your ribs, not hanging loose and not straight up. That frame protects your chest and gives you room to breathe if people press in. Second rule, move with the crowd. Angle to escape. If the whole mass is moving, you do not try to fight straight against it. That wastes energy and can knock you down. You move with the flow, but at a slight angle toward the edge you picked. Small, steady steps. Each few meters, you gain a little ground toward the side. Your goal is to reach a place where the pressure is lighter and there is space between people. Think of it like swimming sideways in a rip current, not straight back to the beach. Third rule, guard your air. In any crush, lack of air is the real danger. Your small arm frame creates space in front of your chest so it cannot be fully compressed. If people press in hard, drop your chin to your chest so you protect your throat. Take slow, controlled breaths. Rapid breathing wastes air and makes panic worse. If someone is pushing behind you with their full weight, turn your head and say one clear thing. Stop pushing. People are packed. Many people are not trying to crush anyone. They simply do not see the front. Fourth rule, feet and ground. Look down when you can without losing sight of the flow. Avoid loose bags, bottles, and dropped items. Do not reach down to pick anything up in the tight crowd. Your balance matters more than your phone or your shoe. If your foot gets trapped, shift your weight and try to free it before the next surge. Small, constant corrections keep you upright. If someone falls in front of you and you cannot avoid them, you have two choices. If there is room, help them up quick with one strong pull. If there is no room, put your feet outside theirs so your legs shield their body from more weight, and keep shouting for space and help. Fifth rule, children and small people. If you have a child with you, put them in front of you, not behind. Your frame goes around them. Their face should be in the space under your chin, where you can see them and shield them. If they are small enough, pick them up and hold them on your hip or in front of your chest, not up high where you lose balance. In any crush, small bodies are at biggest risk. You trade comfort and bags for two free hands and all of your focus on keeping them upright and breathing. You ride the crowd until you reach a thinner edge. Then you exit sideways, even if it means stepping into a side street you did not plan on. Once you are clear of pressure, you do not stop 5 meters away to text. You keep moving until there is real empty space around you. Next, you deal with tools of control, gas, projectiles, and what happens if the air or the ground suddenly turns against you. In a riot, the air and the sky can turn into problems. Tear gas, pepper spray, rubber bullets, rocks, and bottles all change the rules fast. First, gas and spray. If you see gas canisters thrown or clouds forming, do not run deeper into the white or yellow haze. Move sideways and upwind if you can tell where the wind is going. Smoke usually drifts with wind, not against it. Cover your mouth and nose with fabric if you have it. A dry cloth is better than nothing. A slightly wet one can help a bit, but do not waste time if you have no clean water ready. Do not rub your eyes, that spreads the chemical. Blink and let tears wash some out. When you can, get to fresh air, higher ground, or inside a building that can close doors and windows. If police are using spray in short bursts, avoid being at the very front edge of any shouting crowd. The closer you are to faces yelling at each other, the more likely you are in the spray zone. Second, projectiles. Rocks, bottles, and rubber bullets follow lines. If people are throwing objects, look at where they stand and where they aim. Avoid the line between throwers and targets. That line is where missed shots and bounces travel. Rubber bullets in similar rounds often aim low, at legs. Hard covers like corners, thick walls, and parked vehicles block them. Glass and thin metal do not. Do not stand on small raised spots like benches or low walls to get a better view. Higher does not mean safer. It makes you more visible and less stable. Third, vehicles. Police vehicles and panicked drivers both change the ground. If you hear engines revving and see cars trying to push through crowds, do not stand in front of them to make a point. You are not a movie. Step to the side, put large objects between you and traffic, and avoid being in the center of any road for long. Watch cross streets. A quiet side road can suddenly fill with vehicles moving fast to block or clear an area. When in doubt, get off the roadway and into building lines or alleys with 2 exits. Sometimes the riot comes to you while you are at home or work. If you are inside a building when trouble rolls past, your best move is almost never to go outside to see or to film. The street does not need more spectators. You step back from windows. Glass can break from thrown objects, stray rounds, or people pressing against it. Close curtains. Turn off bright lights that make you visible silhouettes. Secure doors that open directly to the outside, not with heavy barricades that trap you, but with locks and simple wedges that make it harder for random people to rush in. If your home door opens straight to the street, keep one room deeper in the unit as your fallback. That is where kids, older people, and anyone anxious waits while you watch and listen from a safer angle. Noise will spike and drop. Sirens, shouts, loud bangs, then quiet. Do not treat one quiet minute as a full reset. You wait for a real pattern shift. Fewer sirens, less crowd noise, clear statements from trusted sources, not random posts. Only then do you think about going out, and even then with care. After a riot passes, streets can still be risky. Broken glass, damaged traffic lights, angry small groups, and tired police all mix poorly. You move slowly with eyes up if you have to go out. If you do not have to, you give the streets time to cool down. The point of all this is not to live in fear of every march or gathering. It is to accept one simple thing. You do not control when a crowd flips from loud to dangerous. You control how early you switch to your riot map, how fast you move off red ground, and how calm your body acts when other people's fear tries to drag you into its script.